What up, Panther heads and bass head family? Project Panthers Part 3. We're coming with a brand new car audio build. I'm going to go over everything now. We're about to start building the box, and I'll go over the box specs and the type of wood I'm using and everything. I was going to be using two SKAR VXF 15s on a Taramps 5K, but I've changed it up. I built a box for two Resilient Sound 15s. I was going to go with the gold V1s, but I changed my mind. I'm going to go with the V2s or the Platinums. The reason I went with the Resilient Sounds is because they can play in a small box. They've got a soft suspension setup, and they can play in a relatively small box, where most 15s want a 3.5 to 4 cubic foot box. The Resilient Sounds will play, the gold will play from 2.5 to 3, and the Platinums and the V2s from I think 2.75 to 3.25. So that's a pretty small box. I did it like that. That way I can have the room to tune it lower. I'm going to tune it at 30 hertz. So that's going to add size to the box. That way I can run two good 15s, shrink the box down a little bit, extend the port, tune it lower, and it'll be getting it. I originally designed the box at 6.2 cubes for the gold V1s, so I think we're just going to make it a little bit taller, and that'll add the little bit extra, the quarter, maybe a half cubic foot for the Platinums or the V2s. The wood we're using, it's a pressure treated MDF. It's weatherproof, waterproof. I use it pretty much on all my builds, or either I'll use a mixture of this and birch, but it's heavy, it's solid, and damn sure heavy, but it's good wood. That's what I've got. No difference in MDF, but it's going to hold up better. So we're going to run a Taramps 5K. This is in the Tan Town car, the 97. It's got a 370 amp Autotech alternator. We're going to add a small lithium bank. That way we can run 3,000, 3,500 RMS with no problem. That should be plenty for the subs. It should be beaten down. I ain't trying to set no records. I just want it to sound good, hit low, and shake some shit apart. So, alright, let's get into it. I'll show you all the box design and why I did it like that, and we'll start building this box. Alright, here's the plans for the box. Originally I had the subs up and the port up. The port was on the end. Subs are right here. I kept running into problems. It was going to be pretty hard to build that box and double baffle it and everything. So what I did is I switched it to subs up, port back. Shouldn't be no problem. My battery bank is right here on this side. This side's open, so it should roll around, go right up into the back deck. If you've seen my build before, you know the back deck's cut out with the amp rack right behind the box. So that's what we're gonna do. The reason I did subs up instead of the subs back and the port back is because this box is a pressure treated MDF and it's already pretty heavy. This box is gonna be a good 100 pounds alone. Then I'm adding another 100 pounds of subs to it, so it's kind of hard to get a 200-pound box into a trunk without tearing up the weather stripping and all that. So I figured I would do the port back, subs up, that way we can get the box in, and then I can put the subs in once the box is in the car. That's what I've done with the last two boxes I built. Subs were on top. It was much easier. And yeah. Port back, subs up shouldn't be a problem. I built one like that for a Crown Vic before, and I assume it sounded pretty good. They said it did. I never heard it myself, but yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be 6.5 cubic foot, tuned to 30 hertz. And this is the wood that I was talking about. It's an MDF, waterproof, weatherproof. So we're gonna paint the box lime green with some black splatter on it. My alternator's green, my wiring's green, the car's getting painted flat black with green underglows. So I think the green box will look pretty good. All right, I guess now we'll go ahead and get started building the box. This is where I'm at, little workshop. Yeah, it's time to get it. All right, I got all the wood cut. I recalculated everything off of what I built. It's gonna come out to exactly 7 cubic feet, tuned to 30 hertz. I think I'm gonna raise the tuning up a little bit because I built the box for 2 platinum 15s. They recommend that you tune at 35, and I've heard them tune at 35 and they still played pretty low. So I think I'm just gonna do 32 or 33 and it should dig down pretty good in the mid 20s. So I'm gonna go back and shorten the port just a little bit, get it tuned to right around 32, and it's gonna be a beast, man, especially in a trunk. 7 cubes is a little more than I actually meant to build it. I was gonna do it 6.5, but kind of miscalculated a couple things. So I could add like a interior wall or something, like double layer one side or triple layer it to shrink it down a little bit. But I'm probably just gonna leave it. That way it's also pretty efficient. It'll be on the bigger size of the box, because I'm not going to be throwing a ton of power to it. I'm not going to have to worry about it maxing out or anything. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's time to start cutting the baffles and then we'll start building it. We got the first baffle cut out. At this point, I'm gonna end the video at that. Next weekend, we'll go ahead and put it together, hit it with the routers, start painting it, and hopefully the subs will come in by then. But that's it. I appreciate everybody watching. Come back next weekend to see what we do. Later.